Very nice to see you again. It's coming up to lunchtime, and we always like to cook something today.
Do you like to cook something of a lunchtime?
I said we, meaning the programme producers. I like to eat something coming up to lunchtime.
Yeah. Well, don't worry, you won't have to cook because Ed Baines is here.
Yes,
fish pie.
it's a fish pie. As long as there's no bones in it, you don't want one of those.
Oh, you're so fussy.
No, I don't do bones. It's like sardines. I like sardines, but they've got bones in them. I like everything about Katherine Jenkins. She's here this morning. Lovely to see you, Katherine.
Lovely to see you too.
Yeah, lovely. You're looking lovely.
I have to put up with this moaning at home all the time, Katherine. Yes.
Hey, you don't have to. You don't have to. There's nobody forcing you, OK?
You've got to find someone younger and smarter, it says in the paper.
If you're smart, you might want to enter this competition. 25 grand, have a go.
Yeah, great competition. Thank you, Alison. Good luck with that one. Now, Katherine Jenkins, she's opened up classical music to millions of people around the world, and her new album mixes traditional and contemporary music, and we've got a little sneak preview for you of her video for her new single, Bring Me to Life.
Wake me up inside, wake me up inside, call my name and save me from the dark.
Yes. I was just saying to the lovely Katherine here, I think it's a very good move. I like the mix of this. I like the fact that you're just bringing something funky in there with that traditional air to it.
Thank you. Well, I've always tried to take classical music to a wider audience, and got the opportunity to make this album with David Foster. So, wanted to make an album that I suppose was my most accessible kind of crossover album.
Who is this guy, David Foster? I'm hearing a lot about him.
Yeah, well, he is somebody I've wanted to work with for forever. He did the Bodyguard soundtrack with Whitney Houston.
Did he?
He discovered Michael Bublé and Josh Groban. He's he's done all the last Andrea Bocelli albums, as well as working with people like Celine Dion. And he is one of these super producers, and he's very choosy about who he works with. So when I got offered the opportunity, I grabbed it because
you don't say
no.
Does he do any of the truly great classics? Any like the Elvis songs? Any of those?
Does he do Elvis songs?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not sure.
You see, that's what you want. You want a bit of Elvis
Do you
in there.
think?
If you just want my advice, Katherine, that's where you're going wrong.
Do your fans worry when people start saying she's doing a bit more contemporary? They think, oh, she's drifting away from classical. She's going to be doing a pop song soon before we know it.
Yeah, I'm sort of being described as, I've done this pop album, and I will call it popular. The repertoire's popular, but it's still my style, because although I wanted to step it forward and make it more accessible, I've always tried to as well keep in mind all the people who've bought my albums in the past and not to go too far away
it's good.
from
Your
that.
signature with it. I think people will follow you on that journey.
But I think it all sounds terribly glamorous, doesn't it? It's big Hollywood or music producer phones you from LA and you go to LA, but actually there were some tears along the way. It's quite hard work. Yeah,
the first day was quite difficult, because I've never worked in such a way where you turn up on the first day and you have no idea what you're singing, and it was all sort of brainstorming and coming up with ideas. And he's heard some of the best voices in the world, and he's also very quite blunt, and will say, no, I don't think you can sing that. And so,
are you quite blunt back again?
Not on the first day, but I went back. Yeah, I went to the hotel and I got a bit upset and thought, right, pull yourself together. And I went back the next day, and then I thought, no, I'm going to be myself, and I'm going to tell him what I think.
And also the hotel thing, you're saying, at the end of a long day, you like to go back to your hotel, scrape your makeup off like we all do, put your pyjamas on, and then the phone rings and he invites you to the most amazing party with about 5 minutes notice.
Yeah, he said, oh, I can't remember if you like Barbra Streisand. And I said, oh, hello, of course, I love Barbra Streisand. And he said, well, it's her birthday party tonight, do you want to come with me? And I walked into this room where there was everyone, Warren Beatty, Sidney Poitier, Hugh Jackman. And when David explained that, we were making an album together, they said, well, she has to sing for Barbara. And I got totally put on the spot. I didn't have time to, I didn't have time to warm up. Within about 5 minutes, the room was full, and I was singing to Barbra Streisand, who was standing there stroking her dog Samantha.
Happy birthday? What did you sing? What were you doing?
I sang O Mio Bambino Caro, and then I sang Happy Birthday to her, and it was just one of those surreal moments, because I think on the outside I must have looked pretty calm, but on the inside I kept thinking, someone take a photo, because my mum's never going to believe that this has happened.
And she was just sitting watching.
She was just standing in the middle, but stroking the dog like something out of a film. It was just.
And did she come and congratulate you afterwards?
She did, and she was lovely, and she was recommending some of her songs that she thought I should sing.
Ruth, can I just say, I don't really think there's any need for you in this interview. Have you anything else to ask? Because I've got a number of things that Katherine and I must talk about.
Fair enough. I mean, he is, Katherine, you're about the only person I would keep quiet
unless this is particularly important, will you just button it from here on in?
Go for it.
Right,
Go on, go.
because Katherine is a Twitterer. Katherine tweets
Yeah.
quite a lot, and it is amazing. You get a whole insight into your life. It's amazing. And you've got that picture, haven't you? You were at that DIY club on
Yes.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
and
Good
you're-
enough to hold the picture up.
Yeah, you hold up picture
Yes.
hanger, and she's in this rubber suit. This is the sort of thing I say to Ruth
on.
all the time. Why don't you have rubber dresses with... And what's that on
No,
your shoulder?
this is what
I
I
had-
thought was extraordinary. These beautiful... Can you go in, Rod?
Can you let Katherine tell the story?
Well, you know, it was something, a one-off for me to be invited to perform at GAY, and yeah, I had a rubber dress made, because you have to go a little bit
Yes.
different for them. And also, all the way down my arm, I had about 1,000 Swarovski crystals stuck on one by one onto my arm in this sort of
Amazing.
piece of art. Yeah, it took forever, though. It's about 4 hours to get on.
Is
and
that
definitely-
somebody's job? Does somebody actually...
That was my makeup artist's job, but
you-
she actually wanted to do it. She said, okay.
Does she need an assistant? Is there...
Well, I don't know what to do with the crystals now, because I've taken them all off, and
Could
they're
I
worth
buy
quite a lot
them
of
from
money.
you for Eamon's birthday?
No, buy the rubber dress. Never
I-
mind.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the rubber dress.
That might
I think
be-
I'm going to have to auction
Yeah.
them for charity or something.
I haven't got my birthday present yet. That would be...
There you
Maybe
go.
we'll talk.
We'll talk.
Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to be quiet now. Carry on.
Yes. Katherine, I have been studying your buns close up on the website. You'd love to bake, and you've got on Katherine's Twitter page. She
you're not gonna show a
she
picture
cooks
of it?
lemon drizzle, and she cooks. You take the pictures and you post them then on your tweets.
Yeah, well,
site.
I do enjoy cooking, and I'm okay with the sort of savoury things, but you know, and it might sound like a joke, but I do at some point. You know, I really admire women who are these domestic goddesses. You know, how they can just cook things up and with no effort.
What can
And
I
thought,
say, Katherine?
Yes,
It just,
you know,
some of us
fair
can.
I want to be
Yeah.
able to bake, you know, really well. So last week I thought, right, I'm going to start practicing. So I cooked for the first time chocolate brownies and lemon drizzle, and yeah, the chocolate brownies were good, but the lemon drizzle looked pretty terrible.
all
And
right.
I tweeted a picture, and I got so much abuse for my
No, you didn't. No, I
lemon
loved it.
drizzle.
It was wonderful. It was wonderful. Katherine, look at it this way. Some people can look beautiful, and some people can sing, and some people can cook. So each of us
And
has
some
each
people
of
can
us,
do it all.
each of us has our talent.
It's a good job I've got a sense of humour, and I think he's funny, isn't it, really?
Now look, the thing is, on your Twit site, it's all there. I see your life. I see your dog, your mummy there.
Yes.
Everything's there. I see everybody but Gethin. There's no pictures of Gethin there at all.
No.
She's
And I
keeping him to herself, that's
So
why.
she says, but I just want to say this to you. To you. If you're holding on to some idea that you don't want to talk about Gethin and you want to protect him, you don't talk about this relationship, I just want to say to you, I'm getting married next year. Get over it. It's not going to happen, Katherine. It's not going to happen. We are very, very happy.
I
So
don't
you
know,
might as
actually.
well just begin talking about him, okay?
I don't know, actually,
I'm
Katherine.
heartbroken.
I don't know. You know, if you're hankering after him, I could maybe let him go.
I reckon what you should do is become a feeder. Feed that Gethin up so he can look like me. Feed him with drizzled cake and all those buns. That's the way it would be.
Okay.
No,
Anyway, am I allowed to just speak
Oh,
for
what
once?
is it? Go
I'm just
on.
going to give her album a plug. It's called Believe, and it's out today.
Yes.
And she's going to be singing
Well,
a
we
track.
know all that.
And I'm going to be doing lots of signings across the UK all week.
And you're going off in a helicopter, aren't you,
I
today?
am from here down to Wales.
Yes. Well, it's a kind of co-presenting job, so I thought maybe I'd just try and get one question in.
I feel like I'm in the middle of a domestic.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
They feel like that all the time on this show, Katherine. Don't worry. Anyway.
But you're going to be off in a helicopter. It's a beautiful day for flying. You're going to end up where?
I'm going to be at HMV Swansea at 3 o'clock and HMV Cardiff at 6 o'clock. So,
But
yes,
Katherine,
literally going
how do
home.
you do that? I mean, when you do tweet, I thought she's got an army of publicists that must do this for her. But you're able to tell me, no, it's you.
No, you asked me this morning.
Yes.
I do all my Twittering.
Yeah.
I quite enjoy it. I think it's, you know, it's nice to keep in touch and to have that more kind of a personal relationship with everyone. So if anyone wants to follow me, it's
Well, we
KJ
do.
Official.
I mean, you get such an insight in your life. What I don't know how to do yet is to put the pictures on. You get the pictures.
Because I think it's quite nice to send pictures and, you know,
Yeah.
for people to get an idea of what you're doing on a day-to-day
You're
basis.
lucky he can't put pictures because he'd be sending you pictures of himself all the time. Can you imagine? Poor Katherine.
You
She'd
need
be
some sort of-
inundated. You might have to block him because you can block him.
Yeah, you can.
If he starts to
Oh, I
pester
wouldn't
you,
do that.
just block.
But you do need a course in how to...
You do.
You know,
I think you do.
Because you can even Twitter videos now.
God, really?
Yeah.
Do you have any nice videos you can...